You can't talk about technology, you can't embed yourself in discussions about the future if you don't truly understand the patterning of how you got here in the first place. And it turns out human beings tend to think just behaviorally that what happens to them is quite idiosyncratic, that we tend to believe what happens to us is quite unique, when in fact it is very not so. You are in fact part of a much larger pattern, a pattern that has been going on for about 300 years, a pattern that can be proven out temporally, and that has repeated itself for the last 3 centuries. The best way to think of this pattern is when it occurs, it's like pressing the button on a reset system on a computer and pulling it off. And when you reset that button, you are effectively and consistently resetting the operating system of how we live. The people who walk on this planet today are functionally not the same human beings as the people who lived here 15, 20 years ago. You are fundamentally divergent and different. And this is the causation of consistently rebooting these systems with these big bang events that happen. These patterns generally are convergent. They often will happen with other things at the same time. And they generally in and of themselves last for 3 to 4 years. And that's really important to understand. It's very rare historically. Go back to World War I, World War II, any of these big COVID, very rarely will you find one of these big bang events that will last longer than 3 to 4 years. I just want you to be aware that it exists, and make sure that as you're thinking and making decisions in your own lives around personal decisions and work, that you are very mindful of the greatest management Achilles heel, which is historical naivete.
First of all, thank you, Leonard. Great presentation. A lot of it.